There is a player shocking everybody in the NBA, and nobody knows what to do. Let's play a little game. I'm going to show you two stats of two completely different players, and you're going to try to guess who those players are. Player 1 is averaging over 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game. Player 2 is averaging over 24 points, 10 rebounds, and 2 blocks per game. So, who are these two players? Well, player 2 is Anthony Davis, 4-time All-NBA, 9-time All-Star, and Finals champion. Anthony Davis is someone who is having arguably an MVP caliber season so far, but we kind of expect that from him now. But who is player 1? It's Victor Wembanyama.
Of Horford into Victor, he's ahead of the pack, he just puts it over Derek White's head, and he throws it down like he was teasing him with a ball.
Yes, he did. Boy, he held it out there so high.
Wembanyama, goes back and puts it down!
The most hyped up new rookie from France. The 7'4" French unicorn is out here putting up video game numbers. It's like he was dropped straight out of Space Jam, the basketball world's equivalent to a blockbuster mashup. Avengers meets Space Jam. Every move he makes on the court isn't just a play, it's a moment just waiting to be turned into a viral meme or highlight reel. We're talking over 20 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 blocks per game against professional top-tier NBA competition. Putting up these numbers his rookie season is insane. And get this, dude has an absolutely insane 8-foot wingspan. You heard that right, 8 feet. Victor Wembanyama is coming to shake up the league. Take a second, show some love, and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. Guys, I'm telling you, Victor is built different. Like some kind of extraterrestrial basketball cyborg sent from the future to take over the NBA. Gliding across the court with the grace of a guard trapped in a center's body. His blocks rain down like verdicts from the basketball gods. He's got the silky smooth jumper of a prime Dirk, the rim protection of Gobert, and the handles of a guard. This isn't an exaggeration. The kid is averaging more blocks than fouls right now. At only 20 years old, Victor's already been called a generational talent and the most hyped prospect since LeBron James. Forget top pick in 2023, this guy looks like a future MVP and multi-time Defensive Player of the Year if he reaches his potential. The NBA has a problem, alright. The 7-foot French alien has arrived. The league will never be the same again. Basketball is a game of strategy, skill, and sheer physical strength. It has always evolved with new players. From the days of Wilt Chamberlain to the era of LeBron James, each generation brings a player who redefines the boundaries of the game. Today, the NBA stands at the brink of another revolution. This time centered around a 7'4" enigma from France, who's not just playing the game but changing its very essence. He's a defensive giant, swatting away dreams in the paint like a modern-day Gandalf. Wembanyama's arrival poses a tricky dilemma. How does a league known for its adaptability and innovation respond when faced with a once-in-a-generation talent? How do teams strategize against a player who can dominate on both ends of the court with the grace of a guard and the power of a center? Victor Wembanyama has rapidly become the talk of the NBA, regarded as a generational talent with an unparalleled blend of size, skill, and basketball IQ. Victor's physical attributes alone set him apart, but it's his on-court versatility that truly defines him. He's not just a defensive titan, leading the league with 153 blocks, an average of 3.2 per game, but also a solid offensive threat, posting averages of 20.3 points and 10 rebounds per game in his rookie season. The French phenom just recorded a triple-double with 10 block shots against the Raptors. Wemby finished the night with 27 points on 10 of 14 shooting, grabbing 14 rebounds, dishing out 5 assists, and blocking 10 shots. This puts him in rare company. only the third player alongside David Robinson and Hall of Famer Akeem Olajuwon in the last 40 years to have at least 25 points, 10 rebounds, 10 blocks, and 5 assists in a single game. His impact is immediate and transformative, challenging traditional roles and strategies within the league. He brings a new narrative to the league, one that transcends the traditional basketball discourse, inviting comparisons to the likes of Shaquille O'Neal in terms of dominance and Steph Curry in terms of changing the game's tactical approach. How will the game continue to evolve in response to a talent that seems once in a generation? He's something straight out of Space Jam. It's like they built a dream fantasy player in NBA 2K and just dropped him into the NBA. You're not only struck by his ridiculous height of 7'4", but when you realize that he's only 20 years old and making this type of impact on the floor, it shows just how high his ceiling can be. Wemby is in first place in the Rookie of the Year race, and when we break down some of his stats, you can see just how much he brings to this team. Among rookies, he's first in total points with 953 points scored, first in rebounds with 469, first in blocks with 143, and first in steals with 53. These are insane numbers, similar to LeBron's rookie year. 2 months in the NBA, and that's all Victor Wembanyama needed to take a huge leap that normal superstars take in their second or third seasons. Wemby's defense has been incredible since he stepped on the court, so all of this massive growth has happened on the offensive side, where he's already one of the most unique offensive players we've seen. His first month in the NBA was solid, but a little bumpy. His second month showed a good amount of improvement, and then suddenly, in the last month, he looks like an all-star. Is there a limit to this man's growth? He's actually playing some point guard in the last month at 7'4", running these inverted pick and rolls where a guard screens for him. He becomes the playmaker because he's so tall he can find angles over the top of defenders. At 7 feet tall, he's still able to hit the roll man. Wemby already uses a ton of no-look passes like this to mislead defenses because he sees so much in his peripheral vision. Victor's already a great entry passer, and he's even been pulling out crazy baseball-style passes. Here's another beautiful no-look dime to his cutting teammate. He's passing like this at 7 feet 4 inches, and he only just turned 20. Yet, he shows a deep understanding of the game, directing teammates for open plays. Wemby has a huge wingspan of 8 feet. The world record is just 2.5 inches more than that. He is really a freak of nature. The freakish giraffe can grab any lob you throw him. Even with other defenders around, he just towers over them. His teammates just need to toss it up anywhere near him. He makes NBA players look like little children. He can grab these passes way above the rim. He hardly even needs to jump to dunk it. That's insane. Moving Wemby to center has opened up way more space for him to attack the lane, which means he can put the opposing center in a pick and roll and create easy blow-bys to the hoop. Even at his size, he's a great off-ball cutter too. Teams will often put more mobile forwards on him, and he just shakes them off when he doesn't have to dribble. He has a really high motor and just out-sprints everyone down the court in transition, forcing smaller players to switch onto him, which gives an easy shot every time. He's basically a gigantic alien version of Steph Curry running around out there causing havoc on the court. Wemby loves to screen and act like he's popping behind the arc for a three, only to backcut the defender as they switch back to him. He moves so freely out there, it's really impressive for someone so big. He is a matchup nightmare, towering over everyone in the paint and knocking down threes too. He's already one of the best defenders in the game, because everyone in the league is afraid to shoot around him. Wembanyama stepping onto the NBA court is like dropping Thor's hammer in a game of rock, paper, scissors. Opponents are shooting 10% worse with Victor near the rim. He's very capable of meeting ambitious drivers at the rim. He typically allows players to drive past him because his wingspan can quickly erase the gap. Wemby has already developed enough of a reputation to spook people with his mere presence in the paint. The way he lurks around and then smothers fires like a wet blanket once they pop up. He's like an alligator waiting in the water ready to attack an unsuspecting victim. These past few months, he's been averaging over 20 points per game, with over 60% true shooting, and what's crazy is he still has room to grow. He has incredible agility and body control for a big man. He can definitely put on some weight and muscle. Victor has had one of the best stretches of an NBA rookie ever. Can you think of a moment when a player left you as spellbound as Wembanyama has? This performance can be compared to historical NBA figures who redefined their positions, such as Shaquille O'Neal's dominance in the paint, Stephen Curry's revolutionary three-point shooting, and Kevin Durant's scoring efficiency combined with versatility. Wembanyama's unique combination of height, skill, and agility places him in a unique position to influence the NBA in a similarly transformative manner. It's a special time for bigs in the NBA. You could easily make the argument that today we've got the best passing big guy of all time, the best driving big guy of all time, and three of the best shooting big guys of all time. A bunch of freakish phenoms everywhere you look, there's a unicorn. But this one stands out just a bit more. Earlier this season, the Spurs were stacking too many players on top of one another and the ball wasn't moving. The paint was clogged, which led to a lot of situations where Victor was settling for over-the-top shots. It's clear that if Victor is given room to work, amazing things will happen. Take a look at the way Wemby's driving game has changed over the first 4 months of the season. He has gotten more chances offensively and has freedom to explore the open space, which has shown us all just how ridiculously agile and coordinated he is for a big man. We all knew that he was incredibly flexible, but this stretch of action has shown just how much body control and awareness he has. This is especially apparent when he's catching long passes in traffic and using that soft touch to guide the ball into the basket. The basketball gods decided to pair his enormous size with incredible balance too, which allows him to extend into spaces where other players just can't go, and still finish with exceptional touch. Check out this one. Victor squares up with Brook Lopez, who at 7'1" and 280 pounds is one of the biggest players in the NBA. Wemby uses his lean strength to not only sneak his way towards the rim, but also stay balanced enough to finish the play. His speed, deceleration, and balance are elite, moving like an off-the-ball wing. This dude is 7'4". Watch him fake this baseline cut, which now opens up the space, and then slam on the brakes. Or this sick back cut on Giannis. Handles like a shifty guard, cuts like an athletic wing, and the body of a huge center, he is truly a unique specimen. As we stand on the precipice of the Wembanyama era, we can't help but wonder, are we witnessing the evolution of basketball right before our eyes? The NBA's problem is one every sport dreams of having. A talent so transcendent, it challenges us to reimagine the boundaries of the game. If you're as hyped as we are to see how Victor reshapes the NBA landscape, hit that subscribe button. Join us on this journey through highlight reels and history-making moments, because trust us, you don't want to miss what comes next. What do you think? How far can Wembanyama stretch his game? Share your thoughts down below.